Good morning, everyone. Boker Tov. We just returned from Israel from a 2-day mission of visiting hostages. And I was so inspired. And actually, in this week's Torah portion, we have the commandment of building the Mishkan. And one of the holy vessels in the Mishkan was the menorah, the candelabra, which is the symbol of the state of Israel till today. And the Torah tells us that the menorah had to be made out of one block of gold. But the Torah says not only does it have to be made out of a block of gold, mikshazahav, it has to be chiseled from one block. You can't make the branches and weld them together. You have to take one block of gold and chisel out the menorah with all the details described in the Torah, which include flowers and buttons and cups. And it says that the rabbis tell us Moshe didn't know how to do it. How do you design such a beautiful menorah out of gold, all chiseled from one piece? And our rabbis tell us that God told Moses, take the block of gold and throw it into the fire. And miraculously, the menorah emerged from the fire, all completed by God. And the question is threefold. First of all, why out of gold? Second of all, why chiseled from one block? Why can't it be welded together? And third of all, why did God have to make it? And if God had to make it, why did he make it by throwing the gold into the fire? And the answer became so apparent on this trip to Israel over the last 2 days. You see, the Jewish people are a menorah, a candelabra. Yes, there are 7 branches on the candelabra in the temple. We have diversity. We have many different types of Jews, each beautiful in their own way. But we're all one block of gold. Why? Because we all have the same Jewish soul. We're all connected intrinsically. And therefore, the chiseled menorah from one block of gold represents the Jewish people. And like the menorah, we shine brightly. We illuminate the world with our light, with our goodness, with our Torah. We are the light of the world. But then God says sometimes this menorah will be thrown into fire. But you know what the fire will do? When we are thrown into the fires, the flames of persecution, of anti-Semitism, we will burn even brighter. Our light will shine even greater. Our menorah will be more luminescent because of the fire. And that's what we saw in Israel over the last 2 days. Every hostage we met with, every person, we saw their light shining stronger than ever now because we've been thrown into the flames of October 7th. And the light and the warmth of the Jewish people has never radiated and been so beautiful as it is today. And this gives us hope and optimism and faith that we will prevail over this current enemy, just like we have in the past with every single enemy that has risen up against us. We've done so many wonderful things, but the last thing we did before going back to El Al to board the flight back to Palm Beach was we dedicated a Torah with Yarden, Bibas, and his family. We reached out to him and said, we're a delegation from Palm Beach. We want to do something in memory of your wife and children before the funeral. We want to bring a Torah and complete it and dedicate a Torah in their memory. And we reached out to the family and we said, if we would love to do this if it's something he would like. And sure enough, he called back and said, yes, that would be very meaningful to me. And so we went to the hotel that they're all staying in last night, and we gathered in the conference room, just Yarden, his parents, his family members, his cousins, and Shiri's sister Dana with her 2 children. And Shiri's sister Dana lost her parents, her only sister, and her 2 nephews. And we, in a very emotional ceremony, we brought a beautiful Torah with an orange cover with the images of Shiri and the children and the dedication of their names. And we completed the Torah right there. And Yarden spoke so beautifully about his wife and children and how grateful he is of the warm embrace and love and hug that he feels from all of the Jewish people, especially with this new Torah. And he filled in the last letters of the Torah. The last words of the Torah is Kol Yisrael, all of Israel. And the Chaf he filled in for Kfir. And then the Shin of Yisrael he filled in for Shiri. And then for Yisrael, the Aleph, he filled in for Ariel, his other son. And he said, I want to dedicate this Torah to the synagogue and the kibbutz where my sons had their brit milah, the circumcision. And we completed the Torah, and at this ceremony, we spoke about the unity and the love of the Jewish people. And we spoke about how at Mount Sinai we stood ki'ish echad, like one person, belev echad, with one heart. And the word ki'ish has 4 letters, Chaf, Aleph, Yud, Shin, which stands for Kfir. Ariel, Yarden, and Shiri, and how they will always be one because they're one with the Jewish people who will support them and embrace them. And we heard many amazing stories in that room, but one beautiful story was how when Yarden was in captivity, the Hamas terrorists were taunting him about his wife and children, that they're dead, they're killed, they are alive, they're not alive. And then at one point they said to him, if you want us to treat you better, to give you better living conditions, you have to do one thing, you have to convert to Islam. And Yarden said, I said to them, I was born a Jew and I will die a Jew. And for 2 days after that, they did not feed him. But that's what a Jew is. In the darkest hour, when we are being thrown into the flames, our light shines brighter and stronger than ever. And this is the message I come back to Israel with. Am Yisrael Chai. We are strong, we're getting stronger, and we will overcome and transform all the darkness around us into the greatest light of ever known to the Jewish people and all of the world. Have a wonderful day.